Hi guys. So I wanted to share this dream that I had with you last night, and it had Putin in it, and I had so many dreams last night, but I can only remember just these few. This couple I'm going to tell you, or this one, I guess. So it starts out that I'm standing, or actually it was Putin. But it's like I knew what he was thinking and knew what he was doing. It's like I was him, but I wasn't. Sometimes I was like in his mind, and other times I was observing him. So it was weird, but he was standing in this like ocean water by this embankment, and I looked down the embankment and I seen these soldiers, and they were coming fast. They were running towards him, and he was getting nervous, and he had this thing that he had made in his hands. It was like 3 water bottle caps that he had somehow threaded and screwed them together. Well, the last bottle cap he was trying to screw on, and he was in a frenzy because these soldiers were coming upon him. And he kept trying to screw it, but it was the bottle cap, the last one together, to seal the whole thing like a little bottle capsule. And it was going on crooked, so he undid it again and finally screwed it on. And I remember thinking to myself, or saying to myself, his DNA was in this bottle cap contraption that he had made. And as the soldiers got closer to him and he was fumbling around, I knew what he was going to do. I could hear his thoughts. He was saying, I have to seal my DNA in here. And what he was going to do was put it under the water and like dig it into the sand. And he was probably standing thigh deep in water because I don't know, I think he knew they were coming to kill him or take him hostage, but it was really weird. And then the next part of my dream, me and some other person, we were in this little shanty building. It looks like Middle East. And it was daylight outside, and there were no there were windows and doors, but there were no glass in them. It was weird. It was like a adobe home, but it was white, like really smooth, and there was no door, and there was no furniture. It was vacated, but we were in there, and we realized that there were soldiers coming upon us. And me and this person were standing by the door. There was no door on it. And outside the door, probably like 10 feet away, was a chain link fence. Well, I said, the soldiers are coming. I said, get down on your stomach and get face down and put your hands up like you're surrendering. And so the soldiers were running towards us, and we were down on our face, and we were looking up out the door, and they could see us they were on the other side of the chain link fence. They could see us. And they were armed, and they had guns toward us, and they got down on one knee, and they had the guns pointed at us through the door. And I screamed out through the door. I said, don't shoot us. I said, we choose life. We chose life. Don't shoot us. And they were like, oh, okay. And they got up and started walking back the way they came. And as they did that, I've had this relief come over me, and this other person stood up. We walked out the door, and it was all like dirt everywhere. It was like Middle East. As we walked out the door, I looked to the left, right next to the door, and there was this tree. And I remember thinking, in my mind, I said, it's a date tree. And on the tree, there were these dried up dates or figs. I said they were a date tree, but they looked like dried figs. And you know how you get them? They're already, the dates, they're already dried and they taste sweet. The dried fruit. But that's what they tasted like. Because I put one in my mouth. I was like, oh, it's a date. But they looked like figs, dried up fig tree. Or figs, fruits still hanging on it that were dry. The figs were, they looked like dates, but they were the shape of figs and the size of figs. It was really weird, you guys, and they tasted like dates, okay? And there was no leaves on it. It was really weird. So, it made me think of that scripture talking about the fig tree. I don't know, but anyway, you guys, I wanted to share this dream with you and put it out there. And I hope you guys, tomorrow's Friday, yay! And I hope you guys are having a good night or a good day.